welcome back. Um, yeah, I don't know. Last week, I did a lot of stuff, and then when I was recording my Let's Play videos, I was feeling pretty good. Then when I watched the videos back, I was like, I don't like these. So, I don't know. I don't know what my point is. I'm just not feeling super great today. I think I'm just nervous. I'm nervous about this, lake thing. It's like a big deal. It's like a really big deal. Like, I shouldn't say that because I shouldn't make it a big deal, but it is. I've never done anything like this. 3 days with two people. That aren't my parents. Oh, here comes a doggy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't look at them. Don't look at them. Hide. Hide, hide, hide. um, well, they didn't really look at me, which is good. I don't think they can see in the window during the day. I think it's too bright. Whatever. Um, I don't know. I think my cousin is good. Like, she's good at talking, and I think she'll do a good job at being like, hey, what's up? And then I can kind of be like, okay, like, I like my job. I mean, yeah, I mean, that could be today. Like, let's just practice. I think it's good, though, because it's not like a big party. It's just going to be them, I think. Um, like, they're going to be there for the whole week, and they're like, hey, you could come down on the weekend if you want. So that made me feel good, too, because I'm like, well, if they're only there for the weekend, maybe they want me to, like, leave early so they could be alone together, and I'm like a weird third wheel, but they have the lake house for the whole summer, and um, they're there for the whole week, I'm pretty sure. So that made me feel better. Like, I mean, I could leave early too if I like feel weird there, um, but I don't feel too weird going and being like a weird third wheel about it. But like, okay, I have kind of like my standard answers for things that are like good answers, and I think they're kind of interesting and true because they're gonna want to know about my job, and like I want to know about their job, so I got to remember, okay, ask them about their jobs too, because I don't know that much. Like we do kind of, we don't talk that much, um, but I mean, I don't talk that much to anybody. Uh, but then like I could talk to them about religion and politics and stuff because like I don't know, but that might be too much. That's too much. Like, but it's 3 days. That's a long time. I'm just gonna talk about my job for 3 days because I know that like they're both Christian and uh, it's like important to them. And my cousin I mentioned is like really into politics, and she's a progressive person, so like we would get along there. Um, so that would be a good person to talk to about like politics because like I could talk about politics a little bit. I've talked about it here. Like I know a little bit, and I like oh I don't know. We could talk about abortion if she wants to, because we probably have similar opinions about it. Um, and we're both Christians. That's the thing is like I could get along with them. Um, why am I moving so slow? Is it because I'm on the roof? Um, I think maybe that is the thing that kind of stresses me out. Is like I could, like it could be good, and I don't want to ruin it by being me. I want to be able to be the person, like this is a good opportunity for me to be the person that I want to be. And if I come home on Monday and I'm like, oh, you freaking blew it. I don't know. I guess that's why I'm stressing a little bit. I'm gonna do it though. I mean, I'm gonna go. Before I wouldn't have even gone. And I remember I told my therapist about this. This same cousin, I was going to see a concert. In 2018, I went to see Owl City. The only concert I've ever been to. Well, I went to the Midnight a couple months ago. I've only ever been to 2 concerts. One was 2018. I went to Washington, D.C. to see Owl City by myself. And my cousin lives in Washington, D.C., so my parents were like, oh, hey, like, you should see your cousin when you're in Washington, D.C. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm embarrassed about, like, me, and I don't want to talk to anybody when I'm there. I just want to see the concert, and that's it. So I didn't talk to her, and I didn't go see her, and I think that kind of upset her, rightfully so. She felt bad. She's like, you came all the way down to Washington, D.C., and you didn't even want to see me? Like, okay. Like, she's a good person, so she didn't hold it over me, but I think she was a little bit hurt by that. And so, this is good that, like, I'm trying to, like, do what I need to do, which is to see my family and, like, people that I could like and get along with, and just try. And I didn't do it before. Perfect example, 2018, I didn't do it, and now I'm doing it. I could have just said no. I could have just said, I don't want to see you, like I did in 2018, but I'm not doing that now. I'm gonna get the job done. I don't know if they even have TV there, because it's like in the middle of nowhere, in the Adirondacks. When I went on that hike, it was in the Adirondacks, and I didn't have any internet or cell service or anything, which is like the first time I've ever experienced that, because living in New Jersey, you can go anywhere and still get cell service. But up here in New York, it's like, wait a minute, I have no bars? What does that mean? I've heard about that on TV, but I never thought I would experience it. I gotta clean that moss. Should I don't know. So yeah, I mean, what am I gonna talk to them about? My job. I'll go over the basics. So how's your job? Tell us about your job. Well, thank you for asking. And then also I have to be like, well, how's your job? Tell me about your job. I can do that. But when they ask me about my job, I will say, I can give my kind of spiel about like, oh, I really hated my last job and I was looking for this job for a long time and I really like it. It's like the perfect job for me. I am full telework, which is good. I think eventually I think it would be good for me to go in once a week just to be around people and meet my coworkers and everything, and just, it would be better eventually. But for now, I'm really happy staying at home because I can finish work at 3:30, and then after work I can do stuff like this. Should I tell her about the channel? I'm not gonna. I can do this, and I can do improv, and I can do... So yeah, I mean, that kind of leads into, like, this... If I talk about that stuff, it kind of leads into, like, oh, I'm trying to do more social things. Like, I've never really been a social person, and I just feel bad about it. I've been doing, like, some therapy and trying to get better to interact with people more and to be less anxious, and I don't know if I could get into all that, though. It's a little bit too deep. Just talk about the job. What was that? I got stung by a bee. That was crazy. I've never been stung by a bee before. A couple days ago. I get bees in here. Remember that time I had to kill that bee? I got another bee. And he was flying around, and he landed on my neck. I kind of like swatted it. I was like, oh, what's that? And then he fell into my shirt and he stung me. Oh. Another bug just hit the window. Whatever, who cares about bees? Hurt all day. That was weird. It was a yellow jacket. I've never been stung before. It's an interesting experience. I was like, wait a minute. That mother just stung me. I just got stung. Am I getting stung right now? I'm 29 years old. I've never been stung by a bee before. This is so weird. It's kind of weird. Oh, let's do the power turbo. Spinny, spinny, spinny. I could talk about that. I could talk about like TV. I watch a lot of TV, so I could talk about like, oh, right now I'm watching Only Murders in the Building, and I really like that. It's fun. I could talk about games. I play a lot of games. Talk about improv. I don't know. They're like good conversationalists. So like if I just bring up a topic like improv, I've been doing improv a little bit. They'd be like, oh, they would take that and run with it. So they're much better than me. If they mentioned like, hey, I've been doing improv, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. I don't know, like whenever people talk about like, I need to just be more excited about things and be like, hey, I do improv. That's crazy. But I don't want to like make a big deal about it because I'm like, oh, what if they're like embarrassed about improv or something? I don't know. Because sometimes that's how I respond. When people get excited, I like misinterpret it as like questioning me. They'll be like, you do improv? And then I'll get like a sting of anxiety, like, oh, I don't know, do I do improv? I don't know, like, you don't have to but let's not talk about improv. Like, I just mentioned it, and like, but like, I'm not a big improv guy, like, we don't have to talk about it, like, I don't know. That's how I'll get sometimes, and so sometimes I feel like other people would get that response if I responded that way. How do I clean this stuff? Oh, that's it. I went over. Only by a minute. Let's clean this spot. Yeah, I'm still never going to talk louder than this, which is fine. But tomorrow I'll talk about the social anxiety challenges. I don't know. I mean, I guess I did start to feel a little bit better about, like, I can talk about my job and with them, and it's just like, I don't know, just like 3 days is a long time. What do we do? I hope they know what to do, because I'm not coming with any ideas. I don't know. We're gonna play cards. Like, okay, let's play cards. Let's play a board game or something. I can do that. I can have fun. I'm a normal person. I can have fun. Ooh. Let's finish this dang thing tomorrow. Ooh, this is dirty. Okay. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll talk about the social anxiety challenges. Okay. Bye.